What if the key to lasting happiness wasn't about acquiring more, but about understanding our minds? Over 2,500 years ago, a man named Siddhartha Gautama asked the same question. His answer changed the world. This is the story of the Buddha and why his teachings are more relevant today than ever. Born into luxury in the 6th century BCE, Prince Siddhartha Gautama of the Sakya clan in Lumbini, modern-day Nepal, had everything: palaces, servants, a beautiful wife, and a newborn son. Yet a nagging unease lingered beneath the surface. He was troubled by the inevitability of suffering, old age, sickness, and death. These realities, hidden behind the palace walls, gnawed at his soul. One day, Siddhartha ventured beyond the palace gates and encountered the 4 sights that would forever alter his life's trajectory. First, he saw an old man, withered and frail, a stark reminder of the aging process. Then, a sick person, racked with pain and disease, revealing the fragility of health. Next, a corpse being carried for cremation, the stark reality of death. Finally, he encountered a wandering ascetic, a renunciant who had abandoned worldly possessions in pursuit of spiritual liberation. These encounters shattered Siddhartha's sheltered world. He realized that life wasn't just pleasure and comfort, it held pain, impermanence, and ultimately death. Driven by a burning desire to understand the nature of suffering and find a way to overcome it, Siddhartha made a radical decision. In the dead of night, he left his palace, his wife, and his child, exchanging a life of luxury for one of spiritual seeking. Siddhartha's quest for enlightenment led him to study with various spiritual teachers, practicing extreme asceticism and self-mortification. He fasted, meditated for days on end, and subjected himself to harsh physical disciplines. But even after years of rigorous practice, he found no lasting peace or answers to his profound questions. Realizing that neither indulgence nor extreme asceticism led to true liberation, Siddhartha sought a middle path, a path of moderation and mindfulness. He sat beneath a Bodhi tree, determined to meditate until he found the truth. After a long and arduous night of confronting inner demons and temptations, Siddhartha finally attained enlightenment, becoming the Buddha, the awakened one. The Buddha's core teaching, the heart of his message, is encapsulated in the 4 noble truths. The first noble truth is that life inevitably involves suffering, dukkha. Suffering can manifest in various forms: physical pain, emotional distress, dissatisfaction, or a sense of existential angst. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering as craving, tanha, and attachment. Our desires for pleasure, possessions, and even for things to stay the same fuel the cycle of dissatisfaction and pain. The third noble truth offers hope. There is a way to end suffering. It's possible to transcend the cycle of craving and attachment, to find lasting peace and contentment. The fourth noble truth reveals the path to the cessation of suffering, the noble Eightfold Path. This path is not a set of rigid rules or religious dogma, but a practical guide to ethical living, mental discipline, and wisdom. It consists of right understanding the 4 noble truths and the nature of reality; right intention, cultivating a mindset of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness; right speech, speaking truthfully, kindly, and avoiding harmful or divisive language; right action, acting ethically, abstaining from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct; right livelihood, earning a living in a way that doesn't harm others; right effort, cultivating wholesome qualities and abandoning unwholesome ones; right mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Right. Concentration, developing focused meditation to calm the mind and gain insight. The Buddha's teachings aren't just ancient wisdom, they offer profound solutions for our modern anxieties and discontents. In a world bombarded with information, overflowing with material possessions, and plagued by social and environmental crises, the Buddha's message of inner peace, compassion, and detachment from craving resonates more than ever. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop greater awareness of our thoughts and emotions, freeing ourselves from the tyranny of reactive patterns and impulsive behaviors. By embracing compassion, we can extend kindness and understanding to ourselves and others, fostering connection and healing in a fragmented world. By practicing detachment from craving, we can find contentment and fulfillment in the present moment, rather than constantly chasing after fleeting pleasures. The Buddha didn't claim to be a god or a savior. He was a human being who, through dedicated practice and profound insight, found a way to live with greater wisdom, compassion, and joy. And he showed us that we can too. In the words of the Buddha, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." The journey to inner peace begins with understanding the nature of suffering and following the path that leads to its end. It's a journey that's as relevant today as it was over 2,500 years ago.